and clogging it up. And Williams has nowhere to lead. And when he is leading, he's leading wide, far and wide.
Brendan Allen's still in the shorts, Brash. He was in the shorts round 1 on Good Friday when it was about 30 degrees.
No, mate, he's a man of my own heart. Because I tell you what, if I had
the range just started here and it's pretty cold outside.
Keep wearing those shorts, mate. I love it.
Brad Anderson to take us away here for the second quarter. Norwood with a lot of work to do, but the rain could help them. They're 5 goals down.
Yeah, it started raining quite heavy. As a matter of fact, as you can see on that picture there, if you're watching on the live stream, umpire throws it up. Out of the middle of Mullum Reserve. Hudson's long kick. Williams got hands to it. She had a lot of that. You'd normally pay that one, you'd think. Burnell off a step, throws it on the boot and kicks it forward, looking for Narbergs. Odden worked his way back, and with Compton, they were able to force it through for a rush behind.
He's a bit off, isn't he, Leroy, today?
He is, but I think that should have been paid.
Probably, yes. Bringing it out now to Patterson, who kicked a long bomb in that first term. And he's going to go again on that lusty left boot of his down the line. Good mark by Bathy. He's been pretty good. With Hammond down, he's been very good today. Strong boy. He marks on centre wing, and he's going to go long again down the line. This one's in the direction of, it looks like Watkins there, but he's getting led to the ball by Horner. Horner will take it over the boundary line, and Watkins escorts him over. So Norwood got the first behind there after the Lee Williams mark, not mark. And it's all the way down in Blackburn's forward 50 again, Brash, which is a sign of that transition that Norwood cannot stop at the moment.
No, they can't. They just can't stop it, Matty.
So it's going to be tossed in again. Sullivan and Socio, who's been doing it around the grounds for the Burners. Sullivan wins the tap. Coming under the ball there was Jordan. He didn't go with it. Chrisaratis lays a good tackle on Murphy. Coming there and getting a hit. Should get a free kick, O'Sullivan. He's been very good for the Norsemen. A free kick going there against James Kentworthy. And O'Sullivan handballs off to Blease. So Blease doesn't look like he's got many options. It just pops it over the top to Nelson Lane, who looks to play on quickly, but decides against it. So this slow ball movement means Blackburn will just get back in numbers. So Lane's got nowhere to go. He's got Kemp short if he wants him, but he's going to look to come inside. Now he goes back the other way onto the right boot, just goes down the line long. He's looking for Williams. There's a lot of numbers around the ball. Coming up there and flying over high was Hood to knock it towards the boundary line. A little bit of cheeky footwork there by Chris Clay. And it's a boundary throw-in as we cross down to that man down there for us, Damien Watson.
I had a quick sneak at Patrick Bowden's huddle, Matt, and he just basically said to make sure that you keep your eyes open and basically understand where you are kicking the ball, because they made a lot of errors under pressure in that first term.
Thank you, Damo. There was Norwood going forward and a lovely pass onto the chest of Lee Williams.
That's great footy, this.
And that's really the first time today that he's had anything like the sort of service you hope for as a forward.
Good tap, though, from O'Sullivan.
Yeah, like you said, Matty, he's had a really good game. O'Sullivan, probably the only.
Those two have been their best players, O'Sullivan and Chrisaratis combined.
It's probably only the one winning position I reckon Norwood have got at the moment.
Yeah, Chrisaratis, lovely kick to Williams. Williams lines up, and it looks pretty good, and he has made no mistake. Goal number 34 for the season for Lee Williams, but more importantly, his first of the day today as we go to Barry Cotts at the EFL Score Centre.
Yes, certainly indeed. In Division 1, Vermont 3-5-23 lead East Ringwood 2-3-15. Kilsyth in Division 4 and Fair Park 3-6-24 to Kilsyth 2-3-15, and quarter time Coldstream and East Burwood 4-3-27 to Coldstream 1-8.
So back in the middle once again, Norwood just sort of trying to work their way back into this contest. 2-4-16 trail Blackburn at 6-3-39. 3.5 minutes gone in the second quarter here at Mullum Reserve. Umpire tosses it up. Quick kick out of the middle into open space. Cleverly palmed down there by Young. Got it to Conker. Conker's kick to full forward, and great use of the body, I thought, but umpire didn't see it that way. Paid the free kick against Bathy then to Johnson. And so David Johnson will clear for the Wooders out towards half-back. Right, put his body in. There's a player hurt there for Blackburn. Looks like might be Conker on the ground.
I think it might be. He's holding his left shoulder.
And we've got a ball up. Socio it was.
Where's he land here?
And it was it in the marking contest? No, it was the bump with Wright.
And he feels it straight away there.
Yeah, Wright got him right on the
AC joint, maybe, Damo. Keep an eye on that.
That's a big loss if he can't come back on, because he's been terrific today. Socio, I thought he was best man on the ground in the first quarter. Jordan there, the ball spilled away from him, and he appeals to the umpire while play was still going on, which is always not a wise thing to do. Kemp there for Norwood, neat kick, and he finds Adam Gibson, the former East Ringwood defender, who launches the very high up and under kick. Williams had front position. Again, his hands not real sure. He's not clunking him today, Brash, but he
greasy
paid
ball
the mark
maybe
that time.
Needs the grippo, mate.
Williams goes long inside forward 50. At least he's coming into the game, Brad, but he's got no one to kick to because he is high up the ground. And Otten, who's returning from a knee injury, first game back for a while, takes a very good intercept mark. And then the man going over the mark there looked like it might have been, he's not happy about it, whoever it is. It is Calder. So Otten takes a bounce after one step. Interesting sort of setup that. Gains a metre before bouncing, and then that's a nice drilling left foot ball. That's why he was on Sydney's list. Gives it off. Looks like it's Murphy there inside 50. The kick goes towards Hammond. Coming through, there's Faulkner. Not Faulkner. I'm just going to go with Lawler. The kick comes around though to Lane, and Lane comes out of defence and does well, and they get it to Blease. Blease down the line. Finds another target out there. So this is better from Norwood. Found their way out to Newman. But we saw Newman's kicking skills before in the first quarter. Sorry, not Newman.
It's just not
Gibson, sorry.
Not enough Norwood players running. That's the problem.
So Gibson goes down the line. So 3-on-1. Narbergs does well to get to the front and cause a contest, and we're going to have a ball up there as Rhett Jordan. We're in the glove, which is, I don't mind it, Brad. I'm a fan of the glove, and it's a ball up on centre wing. Brash is wearing a glove as well.
Yeah, he always goes with the one glove, Rhett Jordan, even in dry weather. That's how he rolls. Jordan's kick then smothered.
What about you, Brash? You one glove in dry weather, two in wet?
Mate, I'm two gloves in wet weather, full stop, and coldness.
So boundary thrown just right near the Blackburn interchange bench. O'Sullivan against Watkins. O'Sullivan did well, farmed it out to Blease, who's just really starting to have an impact on this game. And a lovely pass by Blease to Williams, honouring the very long lead there from Lee Williams.
You'd almost think that you might want to play Lee Williams at centre forward, wouldn't you? The way that he moves up and down the ground. Full forward sometimes I don't reckon does him any justice. It's on certain grounds.
Walks in now, thumping kick by Williams.
Sounded good off the boot.
It made a lovely sound as it came off the boot, and he split the middle. So 2 goals now for Lee Williams. And I hear what you're saying, Brash. I don't know. I love seeing great full forwards play out of the square, though. So I think we'd lose a bit if, as a spectator,
definitely.
But certainly from an Norwood point of view.
You need 2 of him, Brash.
Yeah, he's that type of player. You need him in the action. If it's not getting down there, you certainly need to bring him.
The problem
further
is
up the field.
we're not blessed with let's be honest, we probably haven't had a charismatic full forward in the Eastern Football League since Matty Gregg. When Lee Williams has taken over that mantle. But Matty Gregg, he was one of those mercurial full forwards.
I didn't like Matty Gregg. We'll get to the score centre in a second as O'Sullivan gets the tap
Well,
down. But getting out of there was Murphy. Murphy gets the ball inside his forward half. It was a good hip and shoulder there from Kemp on Conker. And it allows Norwood to sort of escape their back flank. They've kicked the first 2 goals. They scored a sliding in there was Faulkner. No free kick. Calder got the handball down the line. Gisbert stands up in the tackle, but he's wrapped up a second time. That should be gone. And I think it's going to be a ball up, though. Quickly to the score centre, Barry Cotts.
Yeah, Division 1, South Croydon just ahead of Rowville. South Croydon 2-3-15 to 2-1-13. Ringwood in Division 3, 5-2-32 to South Brograve 1-1-7.
Danaher burst away from the tackle and then gave it to Patterson, who swings on left foot towards Bathy. Johnson's hold of his arm the whole time there, no free kick. Then got a handball himself, Johnson, but it's come out to Conker. Conker's handball inboard. Looking like the runner coming through there is McIntyre. He's not going to get to it because it was picked up there by Gray. Handballs over the top to Conker, who kicks a goal. Great goal from Blackburn. A quick reply for them. They're 7-3-45, Norwood 3-4-22. We've gone 8.5 minutes in this second quarter, Brash.
Yeah, Matty over. He stopped running towards the contest. As soon as the ball went in his area, ball was coming near and he just ran sideways.
Boundary side with Damien Watson.
That's Sochio. The Blackburn medical staff are applying strapping on his right shoulder, so it'll be interesting to see how.
I thought it was his left
shoulder. It looked like he's right from here, but in any case, the rain has stopped, but it may recommence as the black clouds come from the south.
Barry Cotts.
Yeah, Division 3, Baronia 6-1-37. Donbar 1 behind 1 point.
23-point lead here at Mullum Reserve, the way of Blackburn. 7-3-45 to Norwood 3-4-22. That last goal by Conker just steadied the ship for Blackburn. It's their first goal of the term. Norwood have kicked 2 in this quarter, and 3 of the last 4 goals for Norwood. So Hudson got it from Gisberts to Mead. Mead spun around nicely, neat kick then to Keatle. Keatle's kick inside forward, 50, well done by Jordan. Kept his feet well, but it was a poor kick. He'd be disappointed with that finish then, Rhett Jordan. He saw the goals in sight, but he just couldn't finish off, and it was an errant kick, and he probably had a little bit more time than he realised.
Probably should have marked it too with that glove.
Yep, with the glove, fair enough too.
So Otten's going to bring it back into play. He's a beautiful left foot kick, is Otten. And that's no exception, except it's hit the chest of Gibson for Norwood. He plays on quickly. Adam Gibson, his kick, he's going to go back where it came from Otten. Otten got his handball off to Murphy, who's tackled without the footy. No free kick. Coming through there was Hod. Fagan got a handball over the top. Comes back there and quickly hacked out there, it looks like by Compton. And it's going to go straight to Lee Williams. Well, they got there in the end, Norwood. They might not have been the most aesthetically pleasing forward 50 entry, but some good forward pressure here from Stuart Hill, who's gone forward. And then wayward Blackburn kick has found Lee Williams. He's going to line up for his 3rd of the term, Brash.
That'd be one. That's one of the things that Norwood have at least addressed in the second quarter. Their forward pressure has gone up.
And Stuart Hill's gone forward, so they've got a couple of more tall targets. And I'll tell you one thing about Lee Williams: he doesn't miss many. That's his 3rd, and that's his 3rd for the term as well. He's kicked all of Norwood's goals this quarter. They are 4-5-29. The margin's back to 16 points. Blackburn 7-3-45. We've gone 11 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard in the second term.
As I said, a quarter time, some sides it's hard to maintain that run and intensity right throughout the full 100 minutes. Okay. There was always going to be a time where Norwood were going to work their way back into the game. They're making hay while the sun shines, but they've got to continue to push to try and open up a little bit of a lead at half time. 16-point
lead now. It's been narrowed back to for Blackburn. So Norwood working hard in this second quarter. Chance there. The ball spilled clear from Young. Handball was effective. Little kick by Ava. That was to Horner. Horner through some heavy traffic. Gave it up though to Hudson. Beautifully done by McIntyre. And he sold some candy then, and then he almost kicked the goal.
Just faded, didn't it?
It looked good most of its journey, but it just faded off to the right. So minus score then to Ben McIntyre. Norwood 7-4-46, leading Norwood 4-5-29.
Sam Hudson's done a lot of good things. He hasn't had, obviously, a high possession game, but he's probably had about 8 or 9 touches, and he's been effective with almost all of them. Of course, that early goal, a couple of goal assists as Ava brings it back into play and just goes long towards Johnson and Narbergs. Johnson dropped the mark, but he gained it on the bounce. He's tackled well there. And then Watkins intercepts the handball. Hudson's there, but it's going to come back through Keatle, or the man we're calling Keatle at the moment. Doesn't look like Lincoln Keatle to me, but he's done well and gained some meterage. That's definitely not Lincoln Keatle. But that is what it says in the record, so it's not Damo's fault. It's obviously someone from Norwood's just chucked him a jumper. As we go to Barry Cotts quickly in the score centre.
Yep, Division 1, Vermont 23, East Ringwood 15, Roeville 13, Scoresby 15, and also Doncaster 21, Montrose 17.
Narbergs won the tap. Blair Hudson had a smash at it, missed it. Fagan got the handball off to Gray, and then the kick comes through McIntyre looking for Lawler. He's not going to get to it. Big hip coming through from Johnson, but the kick out there is beautiful out towards Sam Hudson, who dropped the mark, however. Sparrow came through. Hudson does well on hands and knees, pokes it out towards a teammate, but Hudson picks it up for Norwood. Swings the handball back to Avery, let it bounce, and allows the pressure there from Ruff's edge. He gets away with it for a bit and kicks long. Good mark from Adam Gibson. That is a really strong mark on half-back for Norwood. It's a saving one. Saved the blushes there of Matty Ava and Blair Hudson. Gibson's going to hold it up now. He's kicked down the line. To a 2-on-2, Calder out the back. Well done. He's got to get a free kick for holding, doesn't he, Stuart Hill? Nothing doing, says the umpire. And we're going to have a ball up on dead centre wing as we cross down to Damien Watson.
Yeah, I've asked someone else from Norwood. It's Tom Maloney in the number 34.
Tom Maloney, who's down as 24. So you can see the confusion there, Brad.
Well, I'm glad we've sorted that out. So, yeah, Tom Maloney in the number 24 jumper. Good to know. The long kick forward. That was Young. Handed it off to Lawler. Lawler's kick. Intercepted by Ava. Ava got it to Horner. Horner's kick to Cruceratus. And it's marked safely taken. Then wants to switch back to this broadcast side of the ground. He finds Ava, who's been a bit of a mixed bag today. He's done some nice things. He's made a few errors as well. Ava's kick, that was a not a great one. Didn't
Might
really
come
favour
off.
his team, but Narberg's did well, made the kick look better than it was.
Oh.
Got it to Calder. Calder off his non-preferred
There
side,
he is
but he
again.
still found Williams. Williams races into an open goal, and it puts number 4 for the quarter on the board. He's in a real purple patch at the moment, Lee Williams. 37 goals for the season, and 4 for this quarter.
I'll tell you what, Brash, we spoke. Brad caught it perfectly there. Matty Ava just sort of kicked it to nowhere. Got lucky with a bounce. How good was Joel Narbergs, though? Tapped it forward a couple of times. Then that little Matty Scarlett-like toe poke to Calder.
Yeah, look, and that's what I mean. The game, you just got to, at times, when you switch off, that's when other sides take advantage. I'm not saying Blackburn have switched off. It's just a few more errors have just crept into their game.
Score centre, Barry Cotts.
Yeah, Division 2, Doncaster East 5-2-32 to Mitcham 5-1-31.
Fagan's kick goes to David Johnson, but he's given away a free kick. And it's going to go to his direct opponent here in Rough's Edge, who's kick inside forward 50. He's looking for Hammond. Cutting it off there was, I couldn't say it was just a massive Norwood players. Good tackle in there by Horner, who's been doing some good things as well. Blease tries to burst away from the pack, gave it to Lane. Tackle without the footy by Patterson. No free kick doing. Quick in around the corner from Young is a behind. So Blackburn go to 7-5-47. The lead is now 2 straight kicks. Norwood are 5-5-35. They've kicked 4 goals 2 to 1 goal 2 this quarter. So it has been a big fight back. And Sam Blease is going to bring it back in, Brad. And he plays onto himself, gets another disposal and goes long down the line. He's looking for O'Sullivan. Big fly from Watkins. He's given away a free kick and he's not happy with himself. Either is Ben Danaher because he had the mark and Colin O'Sullivan on half-back flank.
Goes short, O'Sullivan. Neat kick. Lane, he loves to run and carry the footy. It's exciting. His kick, though, intercepted there by Clay. Fisted away. Heavy bump then on Maloney. And free kick will go the way of Tom Maloney. And he's in a fair bit of pain there. He's
I think
in
there's
trouble.
2 blokes down, isn't there? They're both?
Oh, that looks like both. Is that?
Maloney and... and it was Odden was the one who crunched him then, I think.
I think it's Danaher. I think it was Danaher who's got him there. You can't say he's done anything untoward there, Danaher.
No.
But so what happened? I think what's happened is...
Well,
Let's have a look at this
I
again.
think Danaher's come in. So Lane's kick...
just interested how the Blackburn player got
I think he's
injured.
just got caught underneath.
Yeah, Patterson got caught underneath.
Yeah.
He's okay.
So do you think, Damo, just from your view, that Maloney's out cold? Is he's conscious? What?
He's staggering to his
So
feet.
Danaher, bang, and then he's just collapsed on Patterson. So Patterson's not hurt. He's just in the unfortunate position. But Maloney looks...
I think
you got to get him off the ground here.
You have to get him off the ground because
He can't take his kick regardless. You've got to get him off the ground and test him for concussion.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no point. The umpire's telling him to get it off the ground. While we've got some time, we'll cross to Barry Cotts in the score centre.
Yep, Division 2, Heathmont 25, Scoresby 19, Churnside Park 21, the Ferntree Gully 36, the Basin 39, Waverley Blues 36, Ringwood 32, South Belgrave 7, Templestowe 16, Warrandyte 7. And
Now, go on, Baz.
Division, that's right. No, we're right at the moment.
One thing about concussion, gentlemen, that you really can't afford to
No, you can't take risks.
take risks. And I mean, look, to be in all honesty, we probably may not see Tommy Maloney back again this afternoon.
I don't think we want to.
No.
So Blease takes the resulting free kick. Lovely pass. No mark taken then. Should have been pushing the back. Must be a free kick to Kemp.
Holding the ball.
And it's been paid holding the ball. And he cannot believe it. Cruceratus it was.
I
Cannot
agree with you,
believe
Brad.
it.
Pushing the back and high.
Yep, so Conker, the recipient of the free kick, not his best pass, and sometimes
Karma.
justice prevails, yep, because he's turned it over there to Hudson.
Good kick.
Hudson's kick to the pocket. Gee, it set his teammate a task. Hammond's handball was chopped off by Mead. Mead fires at the goals. And Norwood are right back in this. Braden Mead has kicked the goal. And Norwood at the moment, they have the momentum. And there's still a fair way to go till half-time. So can they keep... well, it's only 6 points the margin now, so huge second quarter by them.
Not even time on yet, Brash. You said that's the scoring end. Then Damo said no win, though, so there's something about it, maybe downhill.
Yeah, look, and it's like I keep saying, football is a game built on momentum, and a lot of it is on the mental state. Norwood weren't switched on in the first quarter. They've come to play in the second quarter, and Blackburn are finding out.
Well, so Sullivan, who's been pretty good all day, and Tim Watkins will go at it again. They've both been pretty good for their sides. O'Sullivan just good around the ground. Watkins won that tap in the direction of McIntyre, just brushes Blair Hudson off the footy, and the kick goes down along looking for Rough's Edge. Well done by Lane, and Kusaratus came through. Little handball, that's beautiful. Look away handball to Jordan. The glove, low kick towards Williams. Dropped it on the first attempt, couldn't get on the second. Gisbert's got the handball up to Blees, who just snaps it on the boot. It's going towards the top of the square. It's going to run across the face for a boundary throw-in as we cross down to the boundary with Damien Watson.
The wind has picked up, but it's not necessarily favouring either end. It's
Not a
actually
5 or 6 goaler?
No, it's blowing towards the southern end, towards your commentary box. So that's probably where the wind is directed, and you could see it in that kick on that occasion.
Barry Cotts, quickly.
Yeah, Division 1 North, Ringwood 5-4, 34 to Knox, 1-8.
Quick kick, came out of the pack, up towards centre half back. Lane did really well, took possession.
Good 5 minutes.
He's had a good quarter here, Nelson Lane. He's got himself involved in a lot of the contests.
Yeah, so many of the Norwood players who were unsighted in that first quarter have really started to have an impact in this second term. None more so, I think, than Blees. He's been terrific in this quarter. Rough's Edge got it to Compton. Lane.
Tackled
high tackle along by Conker. Has he got away with another one there, Luke Conker? I think he has.
We'll give the umpire back. I think he was blindsided. We've got the benefit of Lee's camera work.
Yeah, may have felt as well. Lane was sort of ducking down in the tackle, but got the benefit of the doubt. This is Hudson. Throws it on the boot. He really, to no one in particular. Odden works his way back. Wants to get onto that left side. Taking possession, though, was Gisbert's. Gisbert's kick was a good one, and really he found Narberg's. And good footy again there from Norwood. And Max Odden, he just he panicked a bit when he was, forced.
He said he wanted his right, Brad, and then we saw he gave it away to Gisbert, who used his non-preferred beautifully.
No, he wanted his left. He's a left.
No,
sorry. But he couldn't. There wasn't space to do that, and it was sort of an ineffectual handball that he gave off. But Narbergs puts it out of bounds on the full. So they dodge a bullet then, the Burners. Free kick to go to Faulkner in the back pocket.
But Brush, it's just that lack of opposite there from Odden. He wanted to swing back onto his left, as Brad said, and then Gisbert's able to use his left and found a target.
Yeah, I think Max is probably a little bit rusty,
Match fit.
Yeah, match awareness too.
He's been good though. He's done some good things, and I don't wonder why he wants his left. It's a beautiful left foot. Barry Cotts, quickly.
Yeah, Doncaster 3-3-21, Montrose 2-5-17, Division 1.
Close one out of the Shrammer.
And he's going to be an important player, Max Otten, moving forward for Blackburn as the year progresses, because he's going to take a really good post in that back line.
Well, Faulkner goes long. There's a 2-on-1. O'Sullivan gets a spoil. Coming through as Kusaratus just quickly puts on the left boot as the rain starts to get heavier. The bounce is going to favour Bernal. He didn't really want it though. Wanting it more was Clay, and he got it out to Fagan, who's told to stop by Watkins, and he does, and Fagan goes over the top and finds Gray, who handballs further down the line to Rough's Edge. Rough's Edge handballs inboard, but it's a 2-on-1. He's found O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's gone down. I think he's had knee troubles before as well. That doesn't look good as Young gets the handball off to Danaher. Danaher onto the left boot. It's an absolute mung. It's going to bounce towards Ava, who does well. Tries to slap it through the legs of Patterson, who was oncoming, as was Blees. Johnson should pick this up. He's trying to rush it. No. David Johnson's tried to rush it, and toe poking it through is Patrick Lawler, but the trainer's going to Connor O'Sullivan. I think that's a knee again. He's had knee issues, and that is not good. As we see this Johnson trying to rush the behind, and I don't know what he's doing. He's a bit too far out to do that. And it's a great goal from Patrick Lawler, who toe pokes him off the ground. Blackburn 8-5-53. Get one against the Tide. Norwood 6-5-41. Connor O'Sullivan's down. Damien Watson.
Yeah, he put the hand up straight away and knew he's done his knee. So
that is not good.
He's in pain here. He's in real pain. They may have to stop the game here until they get him off.
They might need the stretcher. The trainer's called for the stretcher here. And it looks like Lee Williams was going to go into the ruck, so it's going to at least give Norwood some time. The stretcher is out there. Thank you, Damo. So an important goal, Brad, for Blackburn there. David Johnson probably got a bit too cute there, Brash, trying to tap it all the way through from behind. He had support in Sam Blees.
It's probably commonly known as a brain fade.
While we've got time, we might get Barry to give us a comprehensive look at around the grounds.
Yes, so we'll start with Division 2, Bayswater 4-8-32 to Wanturna South 5 behinds 5 points. Croydon 4-6-30 to Upper Finchley Gully 4-1-25. Park Orchards 5-3-33, Mirrabbark 1-1-7. Lilydale 4-3-27 to Mulgrave 3 behinds 3 points. And Mitcham just ahead of Doncaster East at this stage in the second quarter.
What about this score?
6-3-39 to Doncaster East 5-4-34.
And what about this, Brash? It's a close one out at Coonung, Nunawading 4-1. To Sylvan 3-8, Brash. Oh, it's tight. It's tight, Brash.
Have a look how excited he's getting.
Brash, it's tight.
It'll be tight for two.
Oh, mate, if Nunawading win, that could be the biggest party in Victoria. After Toby Prime's built it up, 53 weeks for there to win. How many blokes will be jumping on the bandwagon?
You know what's going to happen, don't you? They'll close Springvale Road from Canterbury Road up until Maroondah Highway, and there'll be a bloody big parade going down there.
Well, while we're jovial, we're going to cross to Damien Watson, who's probably going to have a bit more sombre news about Connor O'Sullivan, who's got his head in his hands as he comes off here in the stretcher.
Yeah, understandably in a sombre mood, that's for sure, and the supporters supporting him off as we speak. Just on Tom Maloney also, he's got the jacket on. He is in good spirits, though, at least. He was able to walk off the ground after that head knock, so there's some positive news, but it could well be Norwood 2 down.
What about Sochio, though? Sochio 1 down for Blackburn. I think he's got a jacket on from what I can see.
Yes, he has got the jacket on at the moment.
So it's 2-1 at the moment injury-wise, but it's a big one having the ruckman go down, isn't it, Brad?
Oh, massive
loss. And now Neighbours has to go into the ruck, and the other guy they've got left is Davey Johnson to pinch hit.
Jordan's handball to Hudson. Just the wind taken out of the sails a bit for Norwood at the moment. Gibson tries to hunt down the footy. Little handball shot out. Cruceratus seemed to get a high tackle, and the umpire has paid the free kick there to...
He never stops trying, this bloke.
He's been very good.
He gives you everything he's got. I can understand why he's a coach's favourite, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's not just a hard trier either. I mean, he's a quality player. He's terrific. Jaden Cruceratus, and he's got a chance here to kick his first of the day. Probably maybe just outside his range. It'll test him. Up and under, right to the line. He's got it!
There.
It's carried the pack. It didn't look for most of the journey like it was quite going to get there. And then it just seemed to get a second wind almost mid-air, and it carried through over the pack that was in the goal square. And a goal for Cruceratus brings the margin back to 6 points. That is the score here. Let's hear what the score is around some of the other games in the EFL with Barry Cox.
Yeah, let's check some Division 4 score. Glenwaverley Hawks 3-1-19, Whitehorse Pioneers 1-7-13, Coldstream 5-5-35, Charlie Spur with 7-3-45. That Nunawading game, I had it as Nunawading 7-4-46, Sylvan 5-14-44, Fair Park 3-6-24 to Kilsyth 2-3-15, and Forest Hill 2-1-13. Sorry, Park 2 behind 2 points.
Blair Hudson takes it away for half back, but Sam Hudson soccers it on the ground towards Conco, who wraps up Stuart Horner. We'll have a ball up right on Blackburn's forward 50. Sam Hudson wants a piece of David Johnson. I think Johnson might just have him, so the umpire tries for calm. It's a bit of heat in this one. Snarberg's the new ruckman for Norwood, taps it down beautifully to Horner. He's going all right so far on the left boot, but it's straight onto the chest of Faulkner there, who's made a bit of a meal of it right in front of the Norwood faithful. And coming through there is, it's Content, and Calder comes through and just lets him know. Just a little cheeky bump. Nothing too serious there as we're going to toss it in. It's all Norwood at the moment. We've gone 27 minutes in what will be a long second quarter after Connor O'Sullivan was stretch it off. 7-5-47 Norwood, Blackburn 8-5-53. Tossed in, Narbergs went to the front, beat Bathy to it. His tap found Jordan, he gave it to Cruceratos, he gave it through to Blees. That speed again, he's got a target out wide. It's short ball out there, is it Gibson? Gibson goes short inside 50, good kick. Calder's there. So he floated off Content off the wing there. I don't know what happened. He got lost in transition. This is great play from Norwood. Like a training drill there, a little bit out of the boundary throw in. Gibson found space out there on the wing, and it's probably not a short kick.
He's had a good
mid-sized kick.
Gibson.
Well, they've all had good quarters after that shocking first one, but I agree with you, Brash.
Some guys have gone up a bit.
And this is to bring the scores level after they were down by 5 goals at quarter time. Alex Calder's kick off the boot. Looks good. It's good. Scores a level here at Mullen Reserve. Norwood 8-5-53. Blackburn 8-5-53 as well. We have gone 28 minutes here in the second quarter, but this one will go well into the 30s after those injuries, Brad.
Well, it didn't look good, Matt. It looked very ugly. But
it was a helicopter.
I tell you what, Brash, it went through and they're not going to care.
No, that's right.
No, it was a helicopter punt.
The scorecard, the umpire scorecard doesn't have an asterisk next to his goal because it's a mung. Right. We can bring it up later, though, if we like. I'll put an asterisk next to it here, Brad. We can bring it up there.
It would be like when you hit a boundary, Matt, with a French cut.
I'll tell you what, when they get caught at deep mid-wicket, I don't go telling blokes, but it's all right. Go again, Brad.
Back in the middle, Narbergs won the tap down, got it to Hudson. Hudson's kick to Williams.
Oh, no.
And he is running a mark in this second quarter. And I think it's probably time for a change, Brash, not just because he's giving Faulkner a bit of a lesson at the moment, but also they're not getting any creativity and run and carry from Faulkner, which he normally can provide. he's got that job on Williams to try and shut him down. It's not working.
No.
And might be time for a change. So Lee Williams, 4 goals for the quarter. This for his 5th. Thumping kick.
Oh, it is
and
thumping.
It's smashed into the goalpost. It has hit the woodwork and made it shake down there, and
They're in front.
Score. But
They're in front.
They've hit the front. The
First
Norsemen.
time of the day. So Compton brings it back in. That post is still wobbling after that. After we just had blaring sunshine, and now it's absolutely pouring down as Hood goes down the line. And it's a big fly from Young. He brought it to ground and hacked off the ground there by Lawler. Hammond leads the race out of Sparrow. Sparrow does well, but it's going to come to Ruff's edge. On the second attempt, picks it up. His handball involved. Hudson lays a tackle on Clay. It's going to come through again. Young failed to pick it up. Good bump and right. Hudson, he's been good this quarter as well. Got it through to Narbergs, who kicks into the middle of the ground. Great pick up by Chris Ryder. Loves a look away handball. Got it to Hudson. Got it to Calder. Calder on the left boot. That's a drop punt this time. Onto the chest of Hill, who's gone forward. Hasn't kicked a goal since Interleague Day. And he might have a chance at another one to put this lead out to 7 points. Look at this piece of play here. Chris Radis attacks the ball. Clean hands in the wet. Look away handball. Hudson, who's been good this quarter as well, he's lifted. Calder as well, Brash. They've all lifted this quarter, and that's a much better kick from Alex Calder after his helicopter goal.
Yep.
And he's found Stuart Hill, who, known for stopping blokes kicking him, Brad, has a chance to put his side 7 points ahead here.
I'm not real confident.
Trots inside the 40. His left foot kick, it's a drop punt, but it's not straight. You were right to doubt him. It's hooked.
I can see why you weren't confident.
It's hooked.
Brad.
But Norwood, 8-7-55, have kicked 7 goals for this quarter. Blackburn, 8-5-53. We've gone 31 minutes in the second quarter, Brad.
Paddy Compton launches the kick, thumping kick, and it's a good one. And the mark safely held out there on that outer side for the Burners. Short pass, not a good one. It was Young. Young's kick, intercepted. They go forward again. Norwood looking for Williams. Came off hands. Plenty of Burners back down there. Compton's handball was dangerous. Looking for Fagan. Calder attacked the footy, and it was well wrapped up then by Fagan.
So one thing Paddy Bowden will be happy is the intensity at the contest in this quarter by the Norwood Football Club.
Well, Blackburn haven't been able to just walk out of defence, have they?
No.
Hill tries to take possession. Strong tackle there by Patterson on the deck. And it will be another ball up as the rain continues to fall.
Lee Williams himself has kicked 4 goals, 1 this quarter.
Correct. It's been mighty turn
Free
by
kick.
him. And there's some holding on. Which way is it going?
I think he's called a block.
That's a good call by umpire Sully there. He was in great position then.
Against Hill to Tim Watkins. So Watkins down the line, looked for Bathy, fell just short of him, but the siren sounds to complete the first half. And what an amazing first half it was. It was a dominant first quarter by Blackburn, and then a mighty second quarter by Norwood. In that term, the Norsemen kicked 7 goals 4 to Blackburn's 2 goals 2. And at halftime, Norwood have a 2-point lead. 8 goals 7-55 to Blackburn, 8-5-53 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And the goal kick is there for Lee Williams, kicked 4 that quarter for Norwood, and then there's singles to Jaden Kusaratis, Joel Narbergs, Alex Calder and Braden Mead. Whilst for Blackburn, there's multiple goals to Tim Watkins. He has 2, and then it's been shared with Ryan Bathy, Patrick Lawler with a little toe poke. Sam Hudson kicked the opening goal of the day, Xavier Murphy, Liam Patterson with a long bomb, and Luke Conker with a nice little right foot snap. And I don't know how quickly I might have to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back for probably the main attraction, Brash. Not your halftime show, but the dunk the boss.